Hi, it's Stan with Willoway. We're in one of our liner houses today. We're kind of getting ready for things to go dormant in winter. The overnight temperature tonight, we're going to drop down below freezing for the first time. And I want to talk a little bit about some of the things behind the scenes we do. So this house has hydrangea macrophylla in it, our liners for next year. We'll can these April, and then we finish them off for finished plants in a 8-inch, a 2-gallon, or a 3-gallon. So, and that a little bit depends. But you can see behind me a lot in the doorways. We put a small piece of plastic across the bottom to help with some wind, but also rabbits and rodents from getting in. We have shade on this house. So one of the things that we want in macrophylla, we try to keep them shaded a little bit. We'll leave that on for the winter. That does not come off, just to save us a little time and effort and labor costs. But there's a couple of big things that we got to do. One is we keep the air flowing through here and try to get these things all to go to sleep in a more normal way. We don't want them really actively growing. So you can see they're starting to change into more of a fall color here, and really starting to go to sleep, which is really important. We also got to monitor water, so we're very closely monitoring what we're doing with water. And you can see that orange cable back there. That's one of our moisture sensors I've talked about in previous videos. So we're monitoring what's going on there because we do want these to stay moist. If we overwater them, they will become chlorotic in spring and we'll run out of nutrients in them, and the plants will kind of start to fizzle out. We have a lot harder time getting to establish in the pots next year. So water is really critical this time of year. We do mow these as well. We stopped mowing them a while ago, but we do keep them trimmed down low to get the breaks low and make sure that we have a really full looking plant when we go and can these next spring. So, but this putting away in fall is really important. In spring, we come in with a granular fertilizer to feed them so that we can get them to green up really nice and get coming. We do a couple mowings in the spring, again, to get more breaks, get them fuller. And then we also come in with liquid feed once we get our system back up fully when it get into March when we get going. So really important too is we are monitoring temperatures. Tonight we'll set this down at a minimum temperature of 32 degrees. So the heaters will kick on if it gets below that in this house. I doubt it will because we have a lot of concrete and gravel with a lot of bottom heat that basically is from the sun built up all summer that will help keep them warm. So we'll close the doors up, plug in the heaters, and keep them going till spring. So kind of continuing along the lines of hydrangea macrophylla, I wanted to talk a little bit about setting ourselves up for next season. And so this house here, you can see the summer crush behind me. We got Eclipse up there, and it looks like we got Pop Star down on the end. And basically these are the plants that we'll be forcing in early spring. We bring them up a little bit earlier to get them ready for more Mother's Day sales. So you can see they're very strong plants right now. What we'll do in the winter time after they go dormant, we'll knock them back, trim them back, and then we come in with fertilizer. And some varieties with the blue flowers, we use aluminum sulfate on them. We've already done a preloaded aluminum sulfate on some of the varieties this fall to help build up the blue color. We continually monitor pH, EC, in these plants all winter long, so we make sure we have them correct for what they need to get the maximized growth out of them. And then as we come into spring, we work on trimming, getting the system back up and watering them, and then the heat regimen too that we have specified for these houses. You can see it's in a clear house, which helps too. Be a little solar gain in the early spring from that.